Hi guys, Keith Arkenberg Farms. It is now the beginning of March and things are actually starting to grow here on the farm. But one thing this time of year always grows, and that is the aphids come in and they hit all of our lettuce and all of our overwintered stuff. So today we're going to go take a look at some sprayers to start taking care of them and actually get some soap down on the field and hopefully start to alleviate some of that aphid pressure. So let's go check out some sprayers. Also, don't forget, we've got the membership portion of the channel opened up. We've got 3 levels. First is sustaining, second is all access digital tools and training, and third, you get a half-hour Q&A live one-on-one with me per month. Go ahead and head over to the channel and sign up. So as you can see, there are a lot of sprayers on the market, from manual ones to battery powered to backpack to handheld to little Mr. Foggers. I have a whole bunch of them. We're going to go through and talk about the pros and cons of each of them. But first, the nice people over at Vevor sent me this new backpack sprayer that I'm just excited as heck to try out. But first we're going to unbox it and put it together, and then we'll talk about all the rest and the pros and cons. So here we've got the Vevor backpack sprayer. Nice people at Vevor sent this over to me to give it a try. I think it's going to be a really cool product. I've seen it listed on Amazon and online as well. So it's got a bunch of really cool features with it. This being one of the most important, I believe. There's a whole bunch of different tips in here that we can use for it. First time I've opened it up, so I really don't even know what all's in here. Just power charger. Looks like we've got a little spray type cup to spot spray. Straps. Got a couple of spray wands here, which is good. It looks like one is metal, which is something I always look for when I look for any type of sprayer. And then a plastic one as well. Then another one, so that looks like we can extend that pretty long. That'd be really cool. Lids and hoses. Of course, the directions. And then the backpack itself. So, pretty nifty. It's got a little rechargeable battery inside of it. Looks like we don't have to mess with it. We can just plug in and charge right through here. Looks pretty actually industrial compared to most of the stuff you see is more for a home gardener. What else we got? We got the spray handle. So we'll jump into the instructions and put this together. Doesn't look like it should be too complicated, but I'll get right back to you. So I believe I got this thing figured out. The one tool you'll need, 5/8 inch wrench or a pair of pliers to put on the one hose. But other than that, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. Got a lid, control valve, which goes on the side. We got the backpack itself, which just lines up with these straps. It's not on there to start with, so you go from the bottom and then you go up through the clasp and then back down. You'll peep for the other side and the bottom where you can actually adjust the length. Clips on the side here where there's a little clip ring. Then we install the hose. These all come preloaded, either with no washer or with washers. There's also a whole collection of extra ones here, which I do not believe we're going to need any of the extra ones for any reason whatsoever. We're just going to do it till it's snug. We're not going to go super tight because we don't want to break anything. And then sprayer handle. This one's actually got one that stretches over the outside of it. Again with our 5/8. Now all we got left is just choosing our tip. So now for the in part, actually took me a second to figure this out. There's actually an extender. So the big one, the small one has this furl on it. It goes into this one for the metal one, and that gives us like, I don't know, almost a 4 foot, 3.5 foot reach with the metal wand, or you just have the single plastic wand. From there, make sure you've got O-rings everywhere, just like usual. Tighten her down. I don't like making sprayers much more than just about hand tight. If they start leaking on me, I can always take a wrench to them, but I don't like stripping out the threads. And then we get to choose our end piece. So we've got a whole bunch of different pieces here. I'll show you here in a second. We've got doubles, we've got Ys, we've got the cool looking 3 sprayer. We also have a single sprayer. We've got the spot sprayer. And then it looks like we got a 3 fogger. So I'll be really excited to try these out and kind of see which one works best. Because at this point, honestly, I have no clue, because all I ever have had is that bad boy. So I can't wait to actually get this thing charged and figure out what it'll actually do. But for now, we're just going to put on the really cool 3-headed one, because I think it looks really neat. I want to try it. Now that we have that put together, let's talk about all the rest of the sprayers. So we have the pump sprayer. This is the most common sprayer out there. Pretty simple, range from 1 gallons to I've seen them up to about 2.5. Just like anybody's had them. You pump them up, you push the button. When it starts to lose pressure, you pump them more. They're quite a workout, but they're cheap and they work. So the next level up from there is a battery powered pump sprayer. You don't have to do the pumping, the battery now does it for you. Nice long handles on them. Again, metal, which is great. Great tool. Capacity again, about 2 gallons. Then we move into a Mr. Fogger, again battery powered, great tool. Tank is relatively small, it only holds about a 1/2 gallon, so we're not doing any large scale, but it really sends it out and kind of goes up and into it because it's such a fine mist. Again, great tool, I love using it. I've started to move away from it just because of the capacity that the tank it actually holds, the amount it holds inside of here. Then we move into backpack sprayers. This is an old one I found a long time ago. They don't even sell these things anymore. It's meant to hook on to your leaf blower. So by the time you get it on here, you're quite a ways out. It blows really hard, really far, and atomizes it really nicely and pushes it up and everything. The problem is it kind of blows stuff around. It really does a beating on the lettuce. This one, pretty simple. It sits on your back, it's gravity fed, drips down and sprays out. Again, great tool, but it's almost too much for what we do around here with doing vegetables and greens. And then we come to the backpack sprayer. Again, battery powered, great. Don't have to sit there and pump all day. Has super long hose on it. This is the Vevor 4-gallon backpack sprayer. Capacity is great. 4 gallons might be a little bit of a stretch for what we do, in all honesty. I can't ever see myself filling this more than about 2 gallons. But all in all, with all the attachments and everything this has, I think this is going to be a really great sprayer. So now we're going to take this out and do a real quick trial in the greenhouse. I actually did get a chance to play around with the sprayer yesterday, and it is actually really nice. I'm rather happy with it. This is more or less what I consider to be like a commercial sprayer, where all that other stuff would be more for like your home and garden. I mean, it's got a nice large 4-gallon tank on your back, rides nicely. I will warn you, actually make sure when you load this thing with water to have it sitting on a table, because imagine picking up a 5-gallon bucket and then strapping it onto your back. Not the easiest thing to pick up in the world. Also really, really, really love having this nice long wand that gets way out in front of you. The pressure on this thing is sweet. It's got an adjustable knob on the side of it, which actually can dial up or down. I've been running it full bore with this double tip on here, and that seems to be best and puts down about the right application rate for me. Basically 1 gallon per 1,000 square feet. Each of my beds are 100 square feet, so that's 200 square feet of bed space. That means I can do 10 bed sections or 5 long runs. So basically each of my fill blocks out there is 16 long runs, so a 3-gallon tank should do me basically for the whole field block, which is perfect for this type of sprayer. But anyways, we're going to turn it around and I'll do a run real quick and kind of show you the amount that it's actually putting down. I've been trying to figure out a good way to actually film the spray patterns of all the different sprayers, and I can't seem to find one that actually shows it very well. So we're just going to go walk forward, shoot this, and show you, and then I'll go grab the other sprayer, do the same thing, so you get an idea of what the other battery powered sprayer does that I have. So this long wand is the nicest point of this, and it sprays the whole entire bed as I walk. So there's no reason to double spray, go back on yourself, and it's putting down what I believe to be the actual recommended application rate with a nice walk. The other ones take double passes and also wiggle it back and forth. So this thing is great. Into the next closest, which is the battery operated one, and really can't see it, but it's much smaller and it doesn't reach both sides. I've got to move it if I want to get complete coverage, and I have to walk a lot slower because I'm not getting full application like I should be. Now I will tell you, especially in these tunnels, you want to make sure and wear a mask when you're spraying in these confined areas like this, because you do not want to be breathing this stuff. Right now, for demonstration purposes, I'm just using water. I went through and actually treated this all last night, so I've got the aphids pretty good and under control now. I'll have to do another application here in a day or two, but this is more or less just to kind of show you how this thing's working. And I think it is working awesome. I can't wait until the summer comes along and I get to use it more out in the field. I definitely think this is going to be one of my more go-to sprayers at this point. Some of my other smaller ones will have more specific purposes, like the little 1/2-gallon one. Great if I just got to do 1 bed, maybe 2 beds, or the other 2-gallon ones. Great if I got a few beds, but if I'm going out and actually doing real actual applications to try to knock out pest problems, or just for doing a foliar application of fertilizer, this thing is actually great. Let's talk about the pros and cons really quick. A lot of good pros on this, few cons. A couple are pretty big. Number one, it takes a wall wart charger to charge the battery. The battery is actually a little lithium ion battery. It is a little 8 ohm, but there is no way that you are going to be able to quickly replace this battery like you would with, you know, a standard tool set where they have interchangeable batteries. So you're going to want to make sure to have this thing charged at all times. I do not know how many cycles it'll go before it needs charged again, but all in all, that's just something I'm going to have to watch out for. Make sure to keep track of, because the only other con I can really find with it is that you've got to put it together quite a bit. It's pretty intensive, especially even having to put the backpack straps on, but I think that might be somewhat reflected in the cost. Pros, number one is this great long sprayer handle. The multiple tips you can use. Not the lightest thing in the world empty, but you're also filling it with 4 gallons of water, so it's not supposed to be light to begin with. The other great one would be just the amount that it applies as you're applying, and the spread width that you get. I mean, I can just walk down each row one pass now instead of having to sit there and wave back and forth. So it's definitely an advantage. I'm not sure if other backpack sprayers quite work like this, because I do not have one. The closest thing I have is that thing you hook to a blower, and it really was not the equivalent. Other great thing, even though it is battery powered and you lose batteries, it is also battery powered. So it's not like the rest of them out there where you have an electric motor on your, or not electric, a gas powered motor on your back, making all kinds of noise and all kind of ruckus. So all in all, I enjoy it. I can't wait to try it out. They did send me this model for free. I'm not being endorsed any other way for this, talking about this in this video, but I really wanted to talk about it because honestly, I think it's going to be a really good addition to the farm. So down in the notes below, I'll have the link to this. It links you over to Amazon where you can pick one of these up. But all in all, like I said, I like it. And as always, hope y'all like what you saw today and thought it was useful. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all. Have a good day. So here are the aphids. You can see them really good on the purple ones, like up underneath the leaf. And just pretty much all over. Little babies that have formed. A lot of times when they first come in, you will see this. Little exoskeletons everywhere. You can see them all up underneath the leaves too. Oh yeah, they're thick in here. So definitely need to get some soap down on these.